star had begun to fray, its lands rent.
Jesus Christ, so this disconnects. It's crazy. Yep, yeah, I saw that. Is it the weather though? It's snowing, but it's not that bad. Why you will not like the true story of Aslan Cataclysm? Disney goes suddenly silent on Florida's. Ah, God. Alright, there we go.
Welcome back, my friend. To think that Flame to get when we discussed the subject, her eyes, but now
Yep, heard all of this.
I haven't.
Okay, now Robone.
My
I just don't want to skip because I don't know if it skips the Robone one.
back at Allah.
In addition,
Yep.
our
Me?
tis our
The own.
Yep. Yep.
ours.
Dory.
God damn, that armor looks good.
Based on. Admittedly, the fact will be that.
Quite so. That
I just said blood.
and that.
Towards. On. And I.
Late.
So.
Okay, please not disconnected this
While
time.
you were.
Yep. Yep.
You were according.
Ah. It.
What's. All indications suggest.
Yep. The Isle of Val disappeared, as well as all the students that had to do with researching the rejoining. Or so I hear. Complete. Alright. What's going on over here?
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves
If I
in
disconnect one more
strategic
time, I'm going to
locations
sleep.
across
It's
Eorzea.
bullshit.
So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my
Huayu.
right hand.
Huayu.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash.
Why was Emmett Selk concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence?
We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
He didn't. He actually wanted primals. That's why he waged war. To make sure that there are primals.
These provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon,
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone.
Okay.
In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, this guy turned.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
Fair enough.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
Fucking salute. Ah, damn. Whoa, 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 whoa.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! One day I will purge this land of your sickness! Before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
Ow, wow, 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 wow. Moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
Are they all here now, are they? Chill on.
I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
has the situation grown so grim?
Oh, yeah, they are here.
Ever since you proposed the Cardinal Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped, but as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The
True
monarchists
and
claim
real.
to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends.
I don't know, I think Lolorito at the end of the day is
For a
kind of okay.
government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people.
But the people are retarded. I love that. Oh, I love that. Where is it? I must find it. Oh my god, where is it?
Because democracy basically means
Government for the people,
by the people,
by the people,
of the people,
of the people,
for the people.
for the people.
But the people are retarded.
That's pretty much it. That's how it is. That's how it is. But oh my god, it's so good. For the government to serve the people must be formed of the people, by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
For Ul'dah to move forward,
It's so good.
it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
I do not jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people.
People can be bought. So, you know.
Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Alright. Now I think I need to do the Crystal Tower, right? Dungeon requirement, the Ball of Ember's Heart, Neville Heart, and Howling Eye Heart. Okay, never mind. Do that then. Do that, I need to go, I believe, to Vesper Bay. Pretty sure he gives me the hard versions. It's annoying. Where is Arnvald though? Is still here? Arnvald, my dude. We changed bases. Thancred is here, Stahl is here, that's... I should have done something, done anything. Oh my god, it's still stuck in that phase, huh? Believe me, I'm quite eager to resume it. Oh my god, you guys fucked up. Alright, Primal Fear, I believe. Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. Primal walketh the shroud. Those who have borne the eldritch spirits witness and return to tell the tale. Avow that ne'er before have they seen its like. The gods' quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Bowlord Lewin would welcome a cable adventurer's helping hand. Pray here thee to the seat of the first bow, let the light upon the matter. Archers Guild. Da da da, ba da dee da. Da 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 da. Okay, so this is the naval? Yeah, it has to be naval. It's Garuda actually. Negachi, I've heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the Brahmin investigation. Yes, your aid is most welcome. Who was that man in black? I shall proceed directly to the matter at hand, though still unsubstantiated. Ill rumors stir amongst the townspeople of late. Rumors of a shadow-clad knight who rides in the shrouds. Under no circumstances I pay such idle ghost stories little heed this time. Or we have reason to suspect, but we have not. I would have you go to the streets. Okay, how to unlock Neville Hearts. Neville Heart. How do you unlock the Neville Heart? Neville Heart can be unlocked once you have reached level 50 and have finished the MSQ, the ultimate weapon. Then you'll need to go back to Waking Sands and complete a few other primals to unlock the Neville Heart. Here's a quick list of reference ending with Titan. Recurring problem. If it bleeds, we can kill it. The Garuda Awakening, that Titan spot. We all know the Primal Titan, the big stumpy boy of... Okay, a recurring problem. Okay, so this is for... what's it called? I don't want this. You'll need to meet a few prerequisites. You'll have to level 50 and with the main scenario quest. This quest marks the end of the Realm Reborn. Once you've conquered those milestones, Megan sends yet again to acquire the quest. Recurring problem. Gotta make your way through the other primals on hard 2. Have to follow the quest chain. Start with if it bleeds, we can kill it. So I guess induct them in the field here. That's awkward, isn't it? It's awkward. Alright, Minfilia, hello again. This should just be part of the MSQ at this point, honestly. I would just move back in time. I have scarce had the chance to rest, but I'm afraid there is still work to do. The ultimate weapon's destruction, it would seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something? Basically this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the Ultima Weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential prime outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more, to thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe, yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. Must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger against us soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission? Sure. You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would have done without you. Go ahead, Tancred. Ahem. The circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Filomena. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. I got you, bro. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I want to be stronger that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead I cause you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Yay! Tancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Science. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urianger has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. That's a bit annoying. Alright, so does this change their phase or no? Or not yet? Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Wait, I did not read what you just said. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether men or beast men, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already sought forth Ifrit. With our comrade Tancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Urianger said. I fear the Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the Stones of Old insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tampering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everybody's sake I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Sounds good, brother. Sounds good. Ifrit bleeds. Okay. If it bleeds, haha, if it bleeds, we can. Ifrit bleeds, we can. Well, we thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already related the Waking Sense, Ifrit is returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The promise is to be found in his domain, the Ball of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zaharak, the Amalja stronghold. The Amalja have constructed their own Ethernet from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know this from the yellow fellow science, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is far stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. Question is, do I have to finish it? Or do I just need to unlock it? That's what I'm curious about. Okay. Alright, so I do have to finish it. Alright, fine. Go. Shiva, World of a Time. So I guess these are the extremes. I like this one the most. And this one. And this one. Guess this one's the best one. Look it up there though. Doesn't look like there's a jump puzzle, but no, it doesn't look like there is one. Unfortunate. There we go, let's go, buddy. Get the fuck out of here. Let's get the show on the road, man. Yeah, we've seen this. Shit, that's pretty fast. Hey, you wanna turn him? Thank you. Caliber bullshit. Ifrit. Is Yukika's always good or some shit? What's going on here? Why? Why would you do that? no, I was right. Diamond here? 60, eh? Good stuff. Oh shit, I got accommodations, let's go. Alright, in for Garuda Awakening. Shit. Let me read it real quick. Abandoned. Oh. Philomena, I hear you have triumphed over Ifrit. Of course, this is no less a feat than I would expect of a warrior of light, but well done all the same. Now I full had the mind to crack open a bottle of 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep. Garuda, I am afraid to say, has also returned. As we well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Not to dishearten you, but in her latest incarnation, her appetite has become nigh insatiable. In the short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the ether before she can do any more damage. In the meantime, Yida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Eaters in the recovery effort. When you previously faced Garuda, it was the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. While that storm is as a spring breeze beside what she has raised this time, no airship could hope to penetrate it. And so you must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder chanced to discover a beastman aetherite leading to the Howling Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and have words with Commander Hulwa. He will be able to tell you about the said aetherite, among other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a formidable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. Sounds good. Urianger. Philomena of the Sands, we are grateful to your aid. As you already know, the accursed Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. Since her return, she has wasted no time unleashing her fury upon the region. Massive damage has been reported in both the Twalswood and Korthos. She must be stopped, and soon, lest more lives be lost. In the name of the Elder Sitsir, I humbly request you put an end to her reign of terror. As in the past, Garuda keeps her court within the Howling Eye, which is perpetually protected by the Raging Tempest. Fortunately, we have learned of an alternate way into her domain. The Ixal have constructed an aetherite within Natalan, their stronghold in the central highlands of Korthos. This aetherite will take you to Garuda's tempestuous realm. We owe this discovery to these guardians, who, the Elder Sitsir says, desire to repay the kindness you showed them. For the sake of our people as well as theirs, may your mission be met with success. Less than 5 minutes. Probably you stole it, right? What's her stance with this? Dark Knight stance is the best. Yeah, no way it doesn't work. It's really annoying. Oh god, no. What's that? Wasn't too bad, was it? Nice, player accommodation. Go. Ah, you're Stola. So both Ifrit and Garuda are now vanquished by your hand. Truly you have earned yourself a rest. Would that you had the luxury of time to enjoy it. It pains me to say that Titans also returned and with a vengeance, as was the case with his primal brethren. He has grown stronger than he was before. When I went about my investigation, all indications suggested that the kobolds were nowhere near ready to resume their summoning rites. But it turns out they were deceiving us. I should have known better. The kobold subterranean domain runs deep, and they can easily hoard crystals without our being none the wiser. And a vast hoard it must have been. Till now, Garuda was the most powerful among the three recently active primals, but according to our latest readings, Titan has usurped that horror. A primal's might is determined by two factors: the amount of crystal it has gorged upon, and the fervor of its believers. I would like nothing more than to measure precisely how strong the Lord of Crags has become, but I fear the time for such prudence has run out. We have already received an official request for assistance from the Maelstrom, and as you might expect, it is addressed to you. For your previous encounter with Titan, you traveled to his Demesen by way of the Aetheryte first discovered by the company of viewers. Sad to say, this Aetheryte no longer seems to respond, but do not despair, for the Maelstrom has reportedly found another in its place. You'll want to speak with Commander Riki at the Maelstrom Command for details. Masters, this is enough, but Titan has grown fearsome strong. See to it you spare no preparations. The Aft Castle. Hey, you look like you don't belong here. Must complete rank 1, the Grand Company objective of your hunting log. Continue records you have yet to do so. Yeah. Corporal Nekochi, your presence is most welcome. I'm chagrined. We must turn to you again to lay Titan low. Well, this is yesterday's news to you, but the Lord of Craig's returned more ferocious and formidable than he was ever before. We cannot fathom how the kobolds were able to obtain such vast stores of crystals and in so short a time. We will learn the answer in the coming moons, I suspect, but first things first. We want you to vanquish Titan before he and the kobolds have a chance to wreak havoc on Limitsa. You have felt the problem before, and we believe that you can emerge victorious once more. You have learned of a new Aetheryte that will take you to the navel. It's situated deep within Gomro mines, not the most convenient of locations admittedly, so you will have cut yourself a path. Please make all haste. Titan's mere presence emboldens the kobolds, and 'tis only a matter of time before they move in force against us. May the Navigator guide you on your way, Corporal. No. No way. Wow, I didn't. What an amateur, seriously. Who let me play this game? Can't even tune to a crystal, Jesus Christ, man. Actually, to be honest, I don't think I went far enough into the zone to get to the crystal. Oh, there's that. Yeah, I wasn't even there. Yeah, because I got like summer from here. Like from this side, right? This is where I came from. Yeah, this was the crystal. Wait. I'm going here with a Ghana Castle party of NPCs. Let's go Ghana Castle. Withdraw. I didn't know the party of other Ghana Castle. Let's go Ghana Castle. It's so weird. Ghana Castle. Outer La Noche. Yeah, I was never in this zone, so didn't have quests here, I guess. I was a hunter. bard, whatever. This is even the place for the bard. Looks like it, to be honest. Hard to say. But these guys are actually extra technologically advanced. No secret entrance to skip all of this. Nice. Actually, I don't need to go here. Do have an install. Now for this. Ta-da. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da. Real. Gone here before. A lot of new faces have coming from all over to join the Crystal Braids. We're glad for the help, of course, but it's still a right pain in the arse training him up. I agree. Ah, forgive me, Philomena. I thought I had prepared enough meals for everyone. Okay. This guy's still drunk. You guys are still drunk. Okay, is he still drinking? I'm still cold nut, so yeah, still drinking. Non-breeder, crazy. Our stocks of wine have nearly run dry. That's Charlie and Scholars drinking us off. Non-breeder is drinking them dry. I love it. That's great. That is pretty fucking funny. The Titan. goth. That's not the best spot to be in, but whatever. Ooh, buddy, people respect. People respect me. 3. I don't get that many as a tank in these kind of situations. Mifflin is considering which of her many responsibilities demands her utmost attention. Let's go Miniphilia. Mini-Milphilia. Most eager to address the Asian threat, however, we dare not neglect out our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Science of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Science need not shoulder the burden alone. Not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems, however, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Philomena in particular is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further development regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Roban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. So for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah unless you have an objection. Now whatsoever, we have matters here well in hand. Let's get rid of Alfina as fast as possible. That'll be good. Proceeding as planned? Yeah. It is research proceeding as planned? So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Philomena, while we focus on the task, mayhap you could assist Alfina and his braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Sure, I'll be your slave. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations that I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riel's latest reports. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, and so I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dan riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Real, my dude. Oh my god, I'm about to level up from these quests. Sad. Sad, sad day. I want to buy level 70 gear somehow. Which is only in Kugane, Jesus Christ. I might be able to get, actually. Pleasure is always, Filmina. You'll be escorting the commander to Ul'da, I take it? Actually, I had another task in mind for her. You would be so kind as to repeat your reports for her benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons what found their ways into refugee hands a ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising. A rather large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. It brings to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Filmina, doesn't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Filmina? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Nilbert at Highbridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ul'da. I expect good tidings. When are we training Tataru? Is it in Evansworth? I don't know. Gilbert, my dude. Filmina, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on the black marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, and Commander Leveilleur needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, it is only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Bait and switch. Okay, where am I in the quest? Bait? Where is it? Bait and switch. Ooh, 2.5 before the fall. Oh, we're almost there. Ooh, almost getting to Keeper of the Lake and then Chrysalis. Oh shit. Best laid schemes and the rising chorus. Nice, okay. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clans do not escape. With me, Filmina. Yep. This is where it is, isn't it? Oh. Full stop. Now this is where the raid is, isn't it? Burning wall. Ideal bird. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Once you have disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Hey, what's up, brother? Who goes there? Adventure? Damn fool, you should have never come here. Pew. Well, that was a waste. I don't understand. What's this all about? Ah. Get the fuck out of him. Kill him? He killed him then. As you can see, this is a fine mess. To restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out, but before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. Where's your subordinate? How foolish me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring in an experienced recruit. Commander Lavayure will be most disappointed. Damn it all, our golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slip past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Duskwhite sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flamestone of the Breastblades. Alas, we are here to aid them. They are in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons, yet even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. I will join the first in their hunt for the Duskwhite sellsword. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead. Entrust them to the third Yuyuhase, he will take care of the rest. Pray take the Black Marketeer's weapons in that crate and deliver them to Ul'dah. Seek out Yuyuhase of the third unit, steps of Thal, and deliver the crate into his care. Yuyuhase, huh? Where's your guy, by the way? The one who stabbed him? You fucking liar. But again, stuff that I missed last time. Where is it? There we go. Papaya, papaya, papaya. Boop. This guy too. Did you hear, my friend? I've received my first official assignment as a full-fledged member of the Crystal Braves. Why, Philmina, this is a surprise. Resh wished for me to thank you for helping us to rescue her from Castrom's sentry. How fortunate that we could meet again so soon. The Word of Light, ever reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Corthus. Now what brings you to us this day? Fucking piece of shit, I saved your life. A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once we have catalogued the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This can't be everything, can it? We all stated with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Riol is unfamiliar with the ways of Ul'dan merchants, who ever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. Should be thankful this information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the ceruleum processing plant. Time for the fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, alien, for the freedom of all. God, this fucking salute, goddamn. So cringe. So cringe. Excellent result, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution until we meet again. Philmina, how are you, if it please you? Not here. Look for me at the Zephyr Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time, don't you worry. Thanks for indulging my request. Few places better than the market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and the bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything, leave no detail out. That's not quite how the first told it. These Duskwites, were they chasing? Duskwite they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started, and not after. Something ain't right. I know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones. Not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books, or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, I believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking Gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and thirds get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend, I've a lot on me mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then, let's get back to it. First and third are getting the shiniest toys, huh? Philmina, can you hear me? This is Totaro. Your presence urgently requested the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. I am able right now. Fuck are you wearing? Thank you for coming so quickly, Philomena. We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you, a most determined lady by all indications. Lucia? She seems eager to escort you to the Solar. Our guest is with the antecedent in the Solar present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? We'll see ya. Ah, nice clicks.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you.
Yeah, I noticed.
I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Oh, you had Tar summon me. Yeah?
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
Perhaps.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Nope.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Zorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Of course. Yes.
We knew
But
you would not
not
disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Oriachi stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gas von Baelsar attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgardsormr, legendary guardian of the Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's ceruleum engines failed, and it tumbled to the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. The same explosion transformed Silvertear Fall into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing ether for moms around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center, a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sev Emmeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. Alright, let's do this dungeon. Hell yeah, brother. Still drunk? Nope, okay. We were able to locate those elusive manuscripts in the archives of the Thaumaturgist Guild. I had not spoken much with the new guild masters, but thankfully they were quite willing to accommodate us in our search. Though it may seem tedious when compared with the smiting of terrible foes, poring over crumbling scrolls is one of the Scion's most important duties. Without the illumination of knowledge, we but vainly flail at specters in the dark. I traveled to Ul'dah to meet with Thancred's friend, the one who promised us that rare ore, and she began cursing me with words I've only ever heard from the mouths of pirates. I still have no idea what she was so angry about. Thancred's friend. Thancred, elaborate. In hindsight, mayhap sending a lady in my stead was not the wisest of decisions. Pray ignore my rant. Playback. This fucking guy. I'm pushing ahead with my research as quickly as I dare. The next time you face an Ascian, I would have you fight with the proper weapon in hand. I must confess, the relationship between the crystal formations and the destruction of the Ascians quite escapes me. Professor Lambertine has published a thorough study on corrupted crystals and their properties. I highly recommend you procure yourself a copy of his work. Feel I mean? That Lady Knight from Midgard cuts quite a gallant figure, doesn't she? Yeah, almost imperial. So Yu-Yu-Has is in charge of the third, Ilbert is in charge of the first. Where is that trader guy, the spy? No, the one who was selling secrets and shit. I think he's in the third as well. Doman watch. You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word to Revenant Stall about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Custrom Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. I cannot say for certain at this distance. I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The custom supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. Fair enough. So it's true then. These guardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again. Well, from here and that seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you have no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage and the aforementioned guardians who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of Agrius, then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. There we go, buddy. There we go. We're all like... Oh man, it's gonna be a while, huh? Alright. Let's read some manga. Let's see, I am reading this one first. In this condition to the sect leader, and he has already agreed to it. That's nonsense. You think I'm shameless as you are, running away from the fight and being ungrateful? Ungrateful, I guess. If I choose to follow someone, I will follow that person till death. My condition that I want to learn the music from her, and she has to teach me all kinds of music unconditionally. Sure enough, 5 Tales. Your people have always loved music. It's quite hard for you to change your habits. Alright, I promise you. Hang on tight, let's head to the links, he said. Pew! A few moments later. Stop here for a moment. Surprisingly, there is a big area full of fetal birth herb, which was extremely rare and precious 100,000 years ago. And brother, what are you doing with these weeds? Weed? You are referring to this as a weed? Yes, isn't it just a weed? The spirit energy contained within this herb is extremely low. It can't be used to make pills or cure diseases. Found everywhere on the land, it is usually used to feed ordinary demonic beasts. You're saying that this fetal birth herb is found everywhere? Are you sure? Sect leader, this herb is indeed found all over the mountain. I've been living in these mountains for hundreds of years and I'm absolutely sure about it. Has the heaven and earth changed, or are cultivators nowadays simply ignorant of the value of this herb? Kind of extremely precious and rare herb from 1,000 years ago can be found all over this place. Kinley, when we return to the Lingxi sect, gather all the disciples of the sect, gather all of the fetal breath herbs that exist in this great mountain. Okay. Bro, why do you want to gather this kind of useless fetal refined pills? Refined pills? What kind of herb is extremely low in spirit energy? What kind of pill can be made of this kind of herb? You will know when the time comes, yeah. There we go, buddy. Let's go. Light party. Please don't disconnect. You fucking start with me, bro. There we go. I guess I'm just gonna die. Good, the healer knows what the fuck he's supposed to do, that's good. Already a win. Uh-oh. Okay, we didn't work on it. Uh-oh. Now we might be in trouble. Okay. Killed it right on time. Look at that. Definitely giving to the tank. Healer is a bit as well. I am not getting heals though. I'm just not getting heals. It's fine. I don't think the Sage knows his healing buttons yet. He's just there to do damage. Love this music though.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet? Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
All 3, baby. Let's go. I don't know why, but fuck it. Everyone's running the
By
PS.
her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Okay, now it's the important stuff.
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds.
Oh. Okay.
We do not forget. We do not forgive. 7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen.
Yeah, and you made a deal with my mom.
Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Uh-oh. Did he seal the crystals, or did he just bind me with the crystals? And I need to learn how to unlock them.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing.
Traveler's word.
Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Time to prove myself.
The Covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Some of the concern by saying the corresponding and true within your mind. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? But you shouldn't waste time talking with me. I'll left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Midgard Summer. Okay, so he stripped me of her blessing. Which blessing though? Did I get the actual blessing of light then? Like the what's it called? Word. Strong with command level yet? He has been pacing again. Always pacing. Is the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Mifflin informed me of Sir Aymeric request. You have completed your investigation of Kira Blake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. Oh boy. You conversed with Midgardsarm. I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Wormed Lord did not perish and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection, more of a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Aymeric immediately. However, we dare not divulge our conversation with Gardstorm in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk, lest we forget men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Aymeric, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Something you're not telling us, Filmina. It seemed different somehow. It's almost as if you're missing something important. He sealed the blessing of light. Well, for Fen, Carson stripped you of the blessing of light. Are you alright? How do you feel? Feel fine. See, it is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. Beggars believe that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgardsorm made mention of a coven, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althik and Nemea, brother Time and sister Fate. Okay, these are the 12 gods. Decreed that Midgardsormr ever watch over the source, from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke? It was not the gods with whom he treated, but Hydaelyn herself. Yeah, he has a covenant with Hydaelyn. Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burn our friends needlessly. But I can't fight primals at the moment. Just in case. Art thou a pawn, or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Damn doors, relax.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Halone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened.
Where is it? Isn't this that? Yep, that's the one. Okay, we are here. Then we need these guys.
I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises.
Yeah, me and him are.
But we shall meet
tight.
again soon.
We are gonna be good friends. Peace out.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Oh, you know how it is. Thank God we're around. These guardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that these guardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgardsorm who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Till such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Ether on demand. Ere I forget, I believe when Brida has requested the gathering of the Signs, I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be alone once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Asians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? Come on, Brita. You leave us to her too soon. What a nice character, what a cool character. So carefree, no matter how bad it is. Asians are next on the menu. Joker. Alright, let's go. Is this the PowerPoint? I think it is. PowerPoint presentation, yeah.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the Void.
Oh, the Void is many things, but yes. It's a plane between the ethereal sea and our world.
Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination. Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
The more the merrier.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether.
Yes, please.
Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea.
How do you...
I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it's worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Maybe.
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go.
This fucking woman.
Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arceans will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Popalimo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white aurosite.
Thank you, Arianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you're able. Go well, and be safe.
Leandro, you're so useless. ARR, it's insane. Ah! The fuck? Not like useless, but like all you do is like hold yourself up in that library. It's kinda annoying. It seems you have barely arrived before you must once more plunge into the fray. Duty is an unforgiving mistress, eh? Though the tasks we tackle are not like to be as realm-shaking. Coltenet and I must also heed her call. Ori was most eager to join you on the front lines of battle, but as fate would have it, the antecedent had other plans to our talents. For a small organization, we certainly chew through a prodigious amount of foodstuffs. Perhaps I should put a lock on the larder door. Yeah. It would seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. I would wish it otherwise. I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The fourth has already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties take you to northern south. Your duties take you to northern Thailand, do they not? Yep. We too must say our farewells to the rising stars for a time. Philomene travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are best on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations. Threatened by primals and troubled by dragons, we need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front or we shall fall. How extraordinary that my little Cilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. Colleague with influential connection, but I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger even for one so familiar with her streets. Woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. Oh. I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way then? Let's go. Good luck, Hoary Boulder. Take it easy. Bye. Toodaloo. Toodles. Bye bye. Bye bye. You guys are cool. Commander Levier sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. That I don't think we can handle the situation. Mind you, I've learned a trick or two since the disaster with the Amalgeo. Yeah. By returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raubon's Bush. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Guardians could begin marching on us at any time. I speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Oh man, the yawns. The yawns are rough. Oh, Edelstein. Corporal Nekochi, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about all times. But I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draftsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design no less. By my order, the flame stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our pen will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial Army. I would once again ask for your aid. We've been keeping a close eye on that Guardian garrison. It would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in numbers to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They have decided to take on the field to meet this assault head-on. I have apprised your fellow Scions of the situation and am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Alien and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Stretch. Glad to have you with us, Filmina. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Guardians have deployed a small force from Castor Meridianum. Their main column assembles to the north near Dalamud's talons, but we have also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. Oh, look who it is. They wish you to rush forth and commit to a battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilbert. Oh my god, stop with the fucking... Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Guardians might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The third was getting restless holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We have enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. It would be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take this fight to the Guardians. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequence should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scion shall join the fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the third then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you are ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yoyuhase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we have been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabout. I imagine we'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground, and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. This will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. These guys even fight anyone? Kinda doubt it. These guys probably didn't do shit. Yes, Grimsan, I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few guardians won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those Magitech horrors. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the Fourth and let Lieutenant Alien know the West is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Corporal Narcochi, what news of the Guardians? This and that. The raiding parties are no more then? Excellent. The Amagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. An uninvited Asian. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alien has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is, the Roygardin lady with the large axe. It appears she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from return to civilization, but northern Tanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sword such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way. Brida has an axe, huh? Would explain the axe. It's a big axe.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it?
Wait, who's the friend then?
Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
I am the blade.
She senses me. A useful talent.
Hanasian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth.
Meddler.
Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
I suffered the overwhelming presence of La Habrea. Men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work. Okay.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What's the point of being Zodiac's right hand? Makes no sense. Replace
What did that
Elidibus.
bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. Unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff.
Wait.
Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
On Brida we had a good run. Ahriman. He's an Ahriman. They're here. Master Louis' staff is kept in the cellar, isn't it? Quickly now. Uh-oh.
You two!
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you.
The staff. But the staff was bugging me.
The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain.
Oh, okay.
My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea.
Oh, okay.
Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on.
Oh, okay, so the other Asians, they're not... They're just... Yeah, because Elidibus, La Habrea, and Nemetzelk are actual beings. They were not sundered.
But I need look no longer.
Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
How does Fandaniel do it then? Why can Fandaniel go wherever he likes? What's special about these guys? Are they just pure souls?
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Oh man.
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow the staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Just cut off her hand.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Forget about me. Go. I don't want to forget about you, Moonbreeder. Oh, black panties, huh? Thick thighs, black panties. Size. It's okay. Thick thighs though. Holy shit. Moonbreeder, you're thick. Looks like the World of Darkness, to be honest. But also doesn't. Yeah, it's Ethereal Rift. What a weirdo. The red without the blue. It's already dead. Why use the LB3 when the shit is dying so fucking fast? That facial expression. Woohoo! You okay, baby girl? My thanks. Damn, you hot. Oh.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
I'm back.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come?
That's physical shell.
Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No, no, you cannot, no!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free! Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light.
It's not how it works.
Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
Gosh, man, the night's tired, bro. It's been like 20 millennia or some shit.
If only we had a bit more ether.
Rita, it was a pleasure to serve with you.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louis, I understand now. The choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You damned old coot.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
Rest in peace. It was fun while it lasted.
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
You're dead.
Moonbreeder. She's gone.
Nothing remains except her staff.
You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
You guys are late.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Yeah, thank God. We have everything well in hand. Fucking have a funeral over here.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Oh, God.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens. Yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlean motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louis. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hither to the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Oh no, I just did this. Oh my god. Never have I seen Regisaur defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. I shall gather in Charlayan Manor to celebrate Moonbreeder's life and mourn her passing. I wish to gather sounds in honor of the fallen Moonbreeder. As Moonbreeder was a native of Charlayan, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? The monument found at Rotherfrost and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Moonbreeder. Getting any? Yeah, least, I guess these guys are too low to fill up my spirit bond. Yeah. And that's how it is. Also level based. Let's see, so what we have left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's no way I'll finish it tonight. Holy fuck. Isn't this when you pick up, where you pick up all the horses? Oh, that's a symbol. Card.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker, or wiser...
Or stronger.
But I was not. And you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
Thanks, an asshole. Passing Stone feels somewhat colder. Moonbreeder always carried with her such an abundance of warmth and cheer. Oh. We must find some means to protect ourselves from Ascian intrusions. There must be a way. I don't feel much like talking at the moment. If you could just give me some time. I'd love to see it in such pain, but I have not the words to comfort her. Can you imagine it? I, Papa Lima, the one who has an eloquent comment for every situation, am at a loss for words. Yeah, man, it's rough. Moonbreeder was MVP, you know? Was the GOAT. Then Minfilia is so weak that people had to die for her. It's a problem. Must put Minfilia through some training. Though we have said our farewells, the pull of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, it's antecedent. It is my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean on. But you are the weakest link, just saying. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Filmina? Do I not agree? It's as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. It is a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. Forge ahead. Forge ahead. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Luswa, Manbrida, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirited dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. Yep. Yeah. Why, given life, must we suffer? I need remind you of this, of course. It is for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. Do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve. I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Filmina. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You're my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. Yeah. Meanwhile, a victory won, a comrade lost. To honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, towards the light of a new deep. Oh man. Alright. I'm going to sleep. In memory of Manbrida. It was brief, but it was good. It was a fun character. Can't believe they did her dirty like that and just killed her off. How very disappointing, to say the least. $26,000, $28,000, not bad. Alright, I'm going to sleep. Peace out. Manbrida shall be missed.